So Janine went out with Tara, and we're going to try to help Janine out. Hi, Janine. How are you?
Hi, good morning.
Welcome in. How can we help?
Good to have you.
So I met this woman online, and we went out about 3 times.
3 times?
Wow.
Yeah, 3 times. Yeah. Everything was great, and I've never had this kind of chemistry with another human ever.
Wow.
We're like finishing each other's sentences and laughing at inside jokes.
Inside jokes. With someone
Already?
you barely know, but that's
What a
okay.
rapport.
Well, by the 3rd date, you might have some inside jokes.
Yeah, we have inside jokes after 3 dates. Isn't that kind of crazy?
That's great.
And that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. It's like the chemistry between us is just really crazy, and the sex is incredible.
Wow.
Wow.
How many days did it take before that happened?
2.
2? Dang.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like our chemistry is just off the charts.
Physical and emotional.
Yeah, by a long shot. And we were talking about doing some things coming up in the future, like going to the Bengals game, hiking and Hocking Hills, Halloween parties. Like we had our theme of what we were going to go through.
You're putting like a calendar together.
Yeah, and she just like disappeared on me.
That's a lot of future events, though. I mean, it sounds like we're locking in through the fall.
Yeah, she just wants to stay home and Netflix and chill. She doesn't want to do all that.
Yeah, I mean, she left my place one morning, and then I never heard from her again. Like, I have no clue.
I think she just doesn't like going out and doing stuff.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, you guys didn't get into politics or religion or anything yet, did you?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Well, why don't we take a break, and when we come back, we'll call her up. You're not aware of any past, like recent breakups or past relationships or anybody that might have come back into her life since the last time you saw her?
Not that I'm aware of. Well, not that she led me to believe, I should say.
Right. Okay. Second date update.
All right.
Continues next with Jeff and Jenn at Q102. About
There's a new way for you to level up your sports watching experience. It's with Underdog. You can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player's stats. I'm talking touchdowns, passing yards, and more. Hey, it's Fritch. Making picks on Underdog is straightforward, and signing up is even easier. Just head over to Underdog's simple-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com. You can sign up with promo code JJP, and Underdog is going to give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code JJP to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer.
Must be 18 plus, 21 in Massachusetts and Arizona, 19 in Alabama and Nebraska, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
these two is we hear about instant chemistry, people feeling like, oh my gosh, I feel like I've known you all my life, similar sense of humor, finishing each other's sentences. And by the 3rd date, they got their own inside jokes. So this has now become a friendship, a potential relationship. They did hook up after the 2nd date, and then they got together for a 3rd date. So both physical and that emotional chemistry is there. However, as they were planning on things to do this fall, going to Bengals games, maybe a weekend at Hocking Hills, Halloween parties, pumpkin patches, and the whole 9, that's when Tara disappeared, which begs the question. Maybe she's just a homebody and doesn't like to be that social.
Maybe.
Or it's a different reason entirely. So let's call Tara and see what the real story is there, Janine, unless there's anything else you think we need to know.
No, I mean, that's all I can think of.
All right.
That's why I'm calling you guys. I need some help.
You got it. Let's call her.
Hello,
Hi, is this Tara?
this is.
Tara, it's Jeff and Jenn, along with Fritch and Tim at Q102. How are you this morning?
I'm good. But I know you guys.
You know us or you don't know us?
Yes. No, I do. Absolutely. So
Oh.
I'm a little nervous about what you're calling for.
You should be.
We have a bit of a reputation in this town, don't we?
Yes, you do.
Well, you know, you've heard us do second date update enough times to know it doesn't have to end badly.
True,
Oh,
it
God.
doesn't.
I was hoping it wasn't a second date update.
Well, did you just get busy or you got other stuff going on? What's happening with Janine?
You know, honestly, it's a real bummer because I really, really liked her. And I thought we had a lot of potential. I mean, we made all these plans together and everything was just going so well. But frankly, I mean, she just won't commit to being a lesbian or anything else on the rainbow. She just doesn't want to like put a label on it. So she won't call herself anything. And it's just too much of a red flag for me.
Ooh.
So
You know,
there has to be a
well-
label on it? Like you guys just can't enjoy
Whatever it
whatever
is.
this
I
is?
don't mind like flexibility. I'm very open, but it's just, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but like it puts me at risk of like having her leave me for a man. And more so, I feel like it's just kind of a rejection of the community and the lifestyle. And it kind of feels like it's trying to hide the relationship
Mm.
or who she is, like if she even knows who she is, you know? So that's really what it comes down to for me. Like I'm at a place where I'm very, you know, I know who I am. I'm proud. I'm, you know, an active part of the community. And it's not that people can't self-discover and explore, but this almost feels like hiding that. And that's just too much for me.
Before we even bring her into the conversation, I have to give her credit for putting herself out there and coming on the radio in the first place. I mean, if that's not a public statement in and of itself, I don't know what
Yeah,
is.
that's true.
That's fair.
And secondly, have you ever been left for a man before? Is this possibly baggage or something that she said that made you think that was a possibility?
No, I have been. So, I mean, certainly a possibility that it does kind of trigger me a little bit just to know that that's an option.
Right.
Look, though, I mean, I've dated bi women, so it's not like I'm like anti-man or women dating men or anything like that. I think it's more just the unwillingness to like commit to the community at large. You know, so that's kind of where I draw the line.
Can we give Janine a chance to respond to that?
Yeah, I mean, I know it's coming. So, hi, Janine.
I mean, I know who I am. I don't need to label myself so other people know. It's not nobody's business, and I don't want to be put in a category, Tara. Like, this is unfair and disappointing.
I know, and I totally get it. I understand not wanting to necessarily label yourself, and it's not necessarily about like out loud being like, I'm specifically a lesbian. Like, it's not that I am needing you to like commit to one label in particular. It's more just about, it kind of feels like a rejection of the community on the whole and feels a little closeted, which is just not where I am in my life. I just want somebody who can be out and proud and like secure in who they are.
Well, I don't think you can get any more secure than calling a radio show, you know, to confess your affection for someone. You know, I don't need to call myself something in order to show you how much I care about you.
As a member of the community, I can tell you that there are a lot of people that feel both ways.
Mm-hmm.
There are people that feel like if you can't stand up and say what you are, I don't want to be with you because I want to march around and be proud of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's other people who are like, hey, I grew up in a small town or I grew up with a family who threw some serious shade and hate. So I have my defense mechanisms up at all time because that's just built into structure of how that person is built. So I see both sides of this, but it feels like you both are cool with each other. So rule of Fran. Try it 3 times.
Which they have. They already know they like each other. So we're trying to get a fourth meeting in place here.
I mean, do you think that the people who don't want to put a label on it, what percentage of those people do you think aren't self-accepting? Do you think that happens a lot? Or do you think it's just more kind of how you described it?
I don't know. Like I know for instance, for me, I'm a little bit older than Chris is, right? So like I have the way I was raised and the community I was raised in. So certain times he might grab my hand out in public and I might freak for a second and be like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Because something bad might happen because maybe it did in the past.
Right.
But now I know that that's something I learned in therapy.
Yeah.
But, now I'm trying to be aware of like, that's not the end of the world,
Yeah.
But it's something that goes through the minds of different different. Everyone's got their own story on how they were raised and the community they were in and their experiences that brought them to this point. And there's a reason for that stuff. So just be aware. Just be aware of it.
I mean, the fact that you don't want to label yourself, does that mean that you wouldn't go to community events? You wouldn't go to Pride? You wouldn't go to other places that she enjoys going?
No, not at all. We've made so many plans, I want to do these things with her. I just am not wanting to label myself. I don't need for the world, I'm not identified by my sexuality. I don't need for the world to know, hey, this is what I am in order to be accepted. I like to live my life small. I like to love who I love and allow people in my circle to love me. And that's just all I want to do.
And I bet you too, regardless of your sexuality, that's how you would feel. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Regardless.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's just how you're a quiet person. You want to keep to yourself, keep to the people that are really important to you, and no one else matters. I get it.
But that doesn't mean hiding either.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And you are proud of who you are, right?
Yes, I am. And that's why, I want to go hiking. I want to go to the Bengals game. I want to hold hand in hand. I just don't want to have to put a label on myself in order to do that.
Well, Tara, if you're open to it, we'd love to send you guys out on a fourth date.
I think that I would be open to giving it another shot.
Yeah.
Love that.
Just no labels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can make
I really
that happen.
hear where you're
then.
coming from, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was a good discussion. I appreciate you both willing to have the conversation here.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Hey, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I got some clarity. I appreciate you guys because I was over here going crazy.
We appreciate you too. And we'll set this up with Janine and Tara. We appreciate you coming on the Jeff and Jen Morning Show.
Thank you.